Kia ora ngahoma. On today's video, we're going to drop this giant slab of jelly off my deck and we're going to see what happens. So the predictions will be, will it bounce or will it break? Stay tuned and I'll see you in the video. On Sunday, I went to a really awesome show, and I would have recommended it to anyone if I'd seen it beforehand. I think it was the last few shows, but I went to a show called Jelly and Jam, where these wonderful acrobats did tricks with a giant slab of jelly. Now, just to put it into perspective, this is a piece of the jelly, but it's only about 1/5 of the approximate total volume of the jelly. So if you can imagine, it was about that round and about this high, and running up and jumping off and doing back flips and standing on it with someone on their shoulders while it wobbled. And it's a really solid piece of jelly. So I had it in my freezer for about the last 3 days. And what we're going to do is we're going to do an experiment. I'm going to drop it off the deck, okay? And I want you to think about whether or not it's going to bounce, or if it's going to go and splat, or if it's going to break into a million pieces. So stick around, we're going to go outside and we're going to see what happens. Okay, here we go. I'm going to drop it off the deck now, and I want you to think about whether or not it's going to bounce, or if it's going to go splat, or if it's going to break into little pieces. Here we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw it at the concrete and see what happens. So what I want you to think about is the force that I use to drop the force applied upon the jelly when it's dropped the same as if I was to throw it into the concrete. So gravity versus acceleration. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Remember, this time I'm going to throw it at the concrete. We'll try it one more time just to be doubly sure. So that is really hard, heavy work. One of the other experiments that we did in school was the opposite of throwing it down, but to throw it up as high as I could, and the same thing happened. It bounced every time. Now, one of the things that we thought about this is, wouldn't it be cool if you could make some kind of protective equipment that used this in some way because of its protective abilities? Now, one of the other hypotheses that came out from bouncing this on the ground, and it's a shame that we don't have touch YouTuber vision so you could feel this, but it's still frozen in the core, and so I feel that that's got some kind of significant effect in the indestructibility of this jelly. Now, this is actual jelly. It's made of just pure gelatin, no flavoring, same as the jelly at home, but yeah, not raspberry flavored, raspberry colored. So hopefully you like this video and you like this experiment. And sorry, I'm a bit out of breath. Stick around for other cool experiments that we'll be doing over the course of the year. This is only the tip of the iceberg, the tip of the jelly, so to speak. But for now, ka kite anō, and I'll see you next time on Mr. Ashley's Place.